Hi, my name is Aroa Garcia. I have been excavating building 114 for the past 2 years. Today is the 5th of August, 2014, and it's actually the end of season. So this is a video to summarize what we have been doing here for the past weeks. Building 114 started as Space 87. It was part of the Bach area excavation. So this end of the building, which is the east end, was excavated in 2002 and 2003. And they retrieved 9 skeletons, 9 individuals from this burial platform. Most of them, about 2/3 of them, were infants and juveniles, basically. So I started excavating in 2013 here. I still had some infill, building infill to remove. The infill in this building was very special. It was very, very compacted, very heterogeneous, with lots of mud brick fragments, mortar, oven lining. But what made it special is the quantities and abundance of human remains, human bones mixed with animal bones. Some of those human bones were articulated, actually. We found an articulated hand, articulated feet, and so forth. Also within this infill and excavated in 2012, they found an adolescent skeleton tossed in the infill with no skull. And also special, and I think it's worth mentioning, they also found 14 auroch horns during the 2012 excavations of the infill in this building. So once again, in 2013, I have been excavating mostly this area. I removed a platform here that had undergone several phases of construction, of extension, cuts, and so forth. Despite the small size of this building, which is about 4 meters length by 2 meters or so width, this is a very, very complex building, which was probably, I still maintain that this was a household, at least in the late stages of the building. So the goals for this season we have focused mostly in this area. And our goals were basically to get down as fast as possible so that we could understand the sequence and we could understand what was going on in this building, and also link the western end of the building with what had been done in previous years here in the east. So we started in late June by removing what was left of the infill here. Once again, we found lots of animal bones and human bones. And then we reached floor levels in this south part of the building, whereas towards the northern part, we had this structural cut, which has very fine white plaster ridge delimiting it. In this area, we removed another layer of infill, and we reached a hearth, a feature 7345, which was excavated together with the hearth rakeout, which was very quite extensive, occupying nearly the whole extent of the cut, of this structural cut. Unit 2 and 170. We got feedback from the paleobotany team. They didn't find anything special regarding products of subsistence or anything, cereal processing, and wood from the vicinity of the site, so nothing really special. What is really special about this feature is that once we excavated this hearth, 7345, we found burnt layers towards this east end of the space. So we basically argued that the hearth that we had excavated cut a previous hearth, which was 7607. And we excavated this older hearth as well. In my case, I also sampled from micromorphology because the sequence was very different. So in the next months, I'm going to prepare my samples and compare the sequences and activities and formation. Unfortunately, this part of the of the house is extensively bioturbated, so we have lost some stratigraphic links over here. It is also worth mentioning that this year as well we excavated the north wall of this space. We had a double wall towards the north. It started over here and it continued until the very end. This was quite a special wall because we had an alcove over here and a barrel-shaped feature towards the bottom, which we call step, which was plastered really finely and had 3 ridges painted red. We excavated it. It was mostly composed of mud brick and some makeup and plaster. So it was mostly decorative. But we removed this wall because we saw the hearth layers going under it, which meant that it was a late feature. And at this very point, we have found this probably oven superstructure over here that has been infilled. This hearth 7345 was probably an oven and not just a hearth. In addition to this, we have kept removing some packing from this west end, some floors, and we have reached another hearth, probably very short-lived, judging from the section over there, that was also cut by this hearth/oven feature 7345. So lots of activities taking place in here, very, very complex sequence. Towards the south part of the building, we have the clean area of the house. We have removed a set of 6 to 7 plaster floors, grey plaster floors, from here until we have reached this level. And we have 2 burial pits over here. This one, which has not been yet excavated, although you can see the skull of an adult individual over here, which is going to be covered by the conservators for protection until next year. And this burial pit was excavated. It represented one single burial event. We unearthed a female adult skeleton from here that was really, really well preserved. And I think that's basically it, yeah. Very complex building. Actually, I'm forgetting. Yes, towards the south wall, we're sharing, well, we're not really sharing, but the team in Building 113, in this space, they have been excavating their walls, and they have recently removed the wall and the infill that was against our south wall. So our hypothesis now is that this niche that we have within the wall undercut in the south was actually a crow hole in the early times of the building, let's say, that was later blocked with mud brick. We see remnants of this in the opposite side that faces 113. So the hypothesis, or my hypothesis now, is that this building 114 is much older than we initially thought, probably level 7, and it probably started as a side room of some sort to become a household, or maybe a proper house in the later stages of its building life. So still lots of work to do for next season.